part of Hua Min.
I will read the part of Qing Mei.
Why don't you sit down and make yourself comfortable? You don't mind if I laze in bed? It's my Sunday occupation.
Go right ahead. Don't worry about me. Have your coffee.
Thank you. On holiday?
Sort of. I've just resigned my job in Kampar. I shall be going to Nanyang University early next year.
Good. Looking forward to it?
I do very much.
What do you intend to do after that?
I'm not really sure. I want to do so many things and I'm not sure which. I want to be in a position so that I can change things and yet I don't know what.
Change what?
I can give you 1,000 examples and that won't be the end of them. I like to work for a society in which all men and women are equal. A society without poverty and injustice.
Stop. That's heaven, nirvana, the promised land, or whatever you like to call it. It won't happen here, not on this earth. This earth is going down the drain.
Why do you say that?
I apologize. I don't mean to dampen your spirit. Please go on.
No, I think it must sound very boring to you.
Not a bit. It reminds me so much of my youth.
You talk as if you are an old man.
I am an old man. I feel old anyway. Aged and tired.
Or why should you be?
I wish I knew. I've been asking myself that question for the past 3 years, and I still don't know the answer.
You don't know your own self.
Do you?
Of course I do. I know my own mind and my own...
Your heart?
Ah. Now perhaps we have come to the heart of the matter. Or shall we say the matter of the heart? That's why you don't know yourself.
I think you have been reading too many romantic novels.
So my guess is true? Yes?
No.
Oh, I'm disappointed. Why not? All the English educated think about is romance, the Hollywood type of romance. Well, not everyone has matters relating to the heart to worry about. Is she pretty?
Who?
She.
I've never seen her before.
I see. She exists and you have never seen her.
That's right.
She is not a ghost, is she?
I don't know. I've never seen her.
You are being mysterious.
I shall leave you to guess it out.
What inspired you to write A White Rose at Midnight? I don't know. No particular... I just wanted to write something again, you know. For example, I wanted to use the theme of the difference between the English educated and the Chinese educated and their outlook towards life as part of the plot. Again, I wasn't writing about social issues as such, but at that time, there were people who were going to Nanyang University, who had graduated from Nanyang University, who are totally Chinese speaking, and their attitude towards life and their values were quite different from that of the English educated people. So I thought it would be interesting to weave a plot around their differences, and to see how you could construct a drama when these two people meet, especially when one is a boy and one is a girl from the different backgrounds. That was how I tried to structure it. I mean, it is not an unusual theme. I mean, many people have written about people from different backgrounds for generations, like Romeo and Juliet. They come from two backgrounds. So this is another variation of it, I suppose.
You are making fun of me.
Of course I am not. Every word I have said is true.
But you have been talking in riddles.
It's all a riddle to me anyway. You see, my mother thinks that I should get married soon because she wants grandchildren.
Fair enough.
Not so fair when you have heard the whole story. She has chosen for me a girl, about 10 years ago, by arrangements with her parents. When I heard of it only recently, I protested like mad. She says I can't get out of it because her word of honor is involved.
Didn't you explain to her that nowadays such a thing is no longer done?
Of course I did. But she says that her promise must not be broken, otherwise she will lose face. After all, she says, I have nothing to lose. I'll gain a wife. Simple, she says.
But you are not in love with her.
She says that has nothing to do with it.
No. You see, That's the sort of attitude I wish I could change.
You can't change the habits of an old horse.
Your mother is not a horse.
Well, metaphorically speaking, yes.
You are an educated man. Can't you change her attitude?
The gap between the pre-war and post-war generations is so wide that it is impossible to bridge it.
You could at least try.
Well, I didn't try very hard because I told her I wasn't interested in marriage. I treated it as a joke.
And your mother?
Oh, she was very serious about it. She got very angry and did not want to speak to me. So, nothing. That seems to be the most romantic brush I've ever had with a girl.
Don't bluff.
It's true.
Don't you like girls? Even the Chinese educated boys like girls.
Ah, that's different. I like girls, but I don't like romances.
In other words, you are having a good time first before settling down.
Well, I wouldn't put it so bluntly as that. I'm beginning to think that you are a puritanical moralist.
I don't understand the meaning of the last two words. But don't misunderstand me, I'm not against love.
Love is artificial, ridiculous, and boring.
Boring?
Oh yes, the way it is conceived these days. It is no longer original. Nobody knows what love is nowadays. It's all thought out for you by Hollywood or the True Confession magazines. So much so that I have decided to withdraw myself from the game.
What game?
Contrary to popular belief, the British government did not go about setting up English medium schools immediately after signing the 1824 Anglo-Dutch Treaty, which gave them control over Singapore. This is partly due to the fact that the larger migrant population was made up mainly of men and women who had left their families behind. There were thus very few children then and few schools as a result. The schools were mainly attended by boys and the girls stayed at home. Towards the latter half of the 19th century, the government set up a number of English primary schools and some Malay primary schools for the Malay children to learn Malay language, arts and craft and gardening. There were two types of English medium schools known as free schools and mission schools. The free schools were thus named as there was no restriction of race, creed, or color placed on the admission of students. In Singapore, the first English medium free school was called the Singapore Free School in 1823, subsequently renamed Raffles Institution. The Penang Free School was established in 1816 and the Malacca Free School 1826. We now read When Smiles Are Done by Goh Poh Seng.
I will read the part of Chongkit.
I will read the part of Raju.
Well, Raju, you old son of a gun, come on in. Park your arse someplace, man.